Hi friends, it's Colleen from my craft closet, and I am on a mission to use up my stash, to use dies that I haven't used, to use stamps that I haven't used, to bring in the mixed media, and to use the tools and the things that are in my craft room and in my craft closet that I have not used or have not used in a very long time. So I am participating in Follow a Sketch February, which is a hop put on with scrapping reflections, and Sandie compiles a sketch for a group of sketches, one for each day in February, and I want to thank her for doing that. That's a lot of work, and for allowing me to join in on this hop. And I'm really excited because it pushes me a little out of my comfort zone, and I get a lot done if I'm able to participate. So this first sketch is a sketch for day 8 done by Scrappy Sisters, and you can see it has a triangular component, 3 main clusters, and some central photos. And I stuck fairly close to that sketch, but I did one big triangular element, and I also felt like I had too much white space over here. I could have done some mixed media, but I really didn't have time when I did this particular layout, or I didn't feel like it. One or the other. Probably didn't want to get my room messy and get paint splatters everywhere. And so I put a little cluster up here. This says Teddy Bear Love. I put the title here instead of down here, and the title says Smile. But I do have 3 big floral clusters. This particular one has the teddy bear and balloon embellishment that I made, and I showed you how I made it in a video that came out on January 31st. I'm participating with Little Scraps, Big Impact with Ginger's Corner. So I made that. I'll link that video down below, and so you can see how I made that. And then the other thing, some of the stickers are from the Echo Park Little Girl pack that I got the paper from. But these particular flowers here, there's some there in that cluster, some in this cluster, some of these little fronds and these leaves are from the die set that I used when I made cards on February 1st. I had a video come up, which is my stash revival, which I participate and do a collaboration with Melanie from A Creatively Crafted Life, and I'll link that down below. So those flowers and these little frond things and some of the little leaves I made, and they were extras from making those cards. And so I'll link that down below so you can see that. And so this basically was using what I had in my stash, things that I'm making, and I really made this embellishment because I knew I had these photos. And so when I make an embellishment now, I want to be able to use it right away, and not let it just collect in my stash. So that is February 8th. The next layout that I have to share with you is also of Megan. This is in 2010. You'll see several pictures from this particular day in this week's layout share, and in coming up at the rest of the month. This is one of my most favorite photos, favorite pictures of Christopher, my brother, and Megan, his daughter. And Megan is about 5, a little over 5 years old in this particular photo. This sketch is for February 9th, and it is by Shelby Kohler, and it has big blocks of paper, a big circular element. It has the title up above the photo, and it has banner cluster here, and it has a big, it looks like a cut file of a camera and some banners coming from it. And what I did is I took a heart cut file that I had, and I'm trying to use up my cut files. So this is a cut file that I purchased in 2022 for 31 days of cut files with MK Gun, and I will have a layout share later on this week or today that shows you some more of those cut files. and I am trying to use them up and trying to work them into my layouts, and so that I had told myself I can't purchase any more until I use the ones I have. And I love this one. It's beautiful. And the paper I used here was from Simple Stories, The Little Things. My good friend Ronnie Sue, and her channel is Ronnie Sue Scrapper. I'll put a link to her below. Oh my goodness, she makes the most beautiful embellishments. She sent me this collection, paper collection, for Christmas this year. And I just love the bright floral elements and the purple. She knows purple's my favorite color. And so I backed the cut file and placed it here and put some banners coming off of it. I just put a small banner up here, and this is my big round element. It says love you, and the title is Oh What a Beautiful Day. And so this is for day 9. Day 10 is also from the paper line, and the embellishments are from Simple Stories, The Little Things, that Ronnie Sue had sent me. And so this particular sketch, February 10th, is Christine Davidson, and you see that there are a group of small squares, and in this big block is photos and journaling and a title, and I pretty much stuck to that particular sketch. I have squares, they're 2-inch squares that I cut out from the Little Things collection, and then I put the embellishments in. Sometimes a lot of the embellishments, so this one's contained in the block, but they're kind of off the block to help tie them into this large central block, which is a photo of my mom on her 80th birthday. This is after the surprise party, and this is actually at the surprise party. And this photo is very, very precious to me. My mom passed away in about 3 years after this photo was taken. And so this is my mom and myself and my hubby Jay, and it says, love this. We had a surprise party for Mom's 80th birthday. I'm not sure how we kept this a secret, but we did. And we had one for her 70th birthday, a surprise party, and we kept that a secret. So we thought for sure she would catch on to this one, but she did not. And so it was a lot of fun, and there were a lot of people there. And this is a very, very fond memory that I have. And I really love the sketch, and I love this paper line, and I like how this layout turned out. So that was day 10. Day 11 is a sketch. Here it is by Speedy Scrapper. And it has a large photo paper block, a strip of paper, 2 big circles, and a title. And I pretty much kept to that sketch, except I added an extra layer of photos. And in this particular sketch is my great-nephew, Lucas, and this is his pre-K picture. He's 4 years old, and the photo has a green background. And he's got like a black shirt on. It doesn't look dark brown, it looks black. And so that's why I used black to mount the photo, and in a big black block here, and to kind of go with the wood grain and keep it kind of a nature-y photo layout. And so I have, the green leaves and the green, all green and wood grain, and then I pulled out some dragonflies that I had fussy cut from some paper line, and the title Grow. And so this is for day 11, Speedy Scrappers. This is day 12, and this is Megan again at my house, and we're making chocolate lollipops. This is a sketch you'll see here from Becky Fleck, and she shows a strip of photos, a large central photo, and a large journaling block. And what I did is I put a strip of embellishments, and I have to tell you that I made this strip right here of embellishments, and I put them up on foam tape and it has been in my Valentine paper collection for a very, very long time. I probably got the ideal from the old Creative Memories website, because these are very old Creative Memories stickers, probably early 2008, maybe 2010, if not earlier. And so the paper also is from Creative Memories. The tags here are fairly recent, and they're from Doodlebug, and I had one piece of paper that was just tags, and so I was glad to be able to use them on this layout. It says, "You are a cutie," and so I really love this layout and how it came out. I used 3 4x6 photos that are cut down a little bit instead of one large photo. And then some journaling I did here, and I did get a little help from ChatGPT, but most of it I wrote because I wanted to really tell the story for Megan, so that she remembers coming to my house at different times and the different activities that we would do. And so the journaling says, "Chocolatey fingers, big smiles, and lots of excitement filled the table as Megan made lollipops. Her dad jumped in to help wrap them." Well, here you see me helping to wrap them, but a photo that's coming up, 2 more sketches, you will see Christopher helping. "It felt fun and busy and sweet in every way. The kind of moment that makes everyone laugh and lean in closer. Aunt Colleen's is always a happy place, full of fun and laughter and memories, and we cannot wait to make more," or to make more again. Seems like I forgot a word there, but that's okay. What I really wanted her to remember was coming to my house and making chocolate lollipops, and her dad helping out, and how she would just enjoy coming to my house and participating. So that is February 12th. This is the layout that I did for February 13th, which is a sketch by Zara Sierra, and you can see it's an 8.5 by 11 sketch. One large strip of paper, horizontal, and a vertical, and a small strip of paper horizontal with the title and journaling underneath. And I pretty much stuck to the bones of that sketch. I have a large piece of paper. I have a very large photo here. It is a photo of my great-nephew Lucas. He's 6 years old. So this is probably a school photo, probably kindergarten, might be first grade. I'd have to find out from his mom and dad. And I pretty much wanted to keep this more nature themed. It kind of looks a lot like the one that you saw earlier of him, and that it's nature and nature inspired. And so I have a piece of wood grain that was left over from the other layout, and I put some mushrooms up on foam tape and some ferns, and I punched out some dragonflies, put some enamel dots. And I really love how this came out. I have a lot of these professional photos or school photos that I need to get done for my great nieces and nephews. This is day 14, and Valentine's Day, February 14th, Valentine's Day sketch, or doesn't have to be Valentine's. It just happened to fall on February 14th. The sketch is by Lutein, and there is a large vertical strip of paper, a large block of paper, and then a circular element with journaling and a title. And you can see these look like strips of paper, or it could be ribbon, or it could be any type of fiber. That's what I'm trying to say, fiber. And so here you can see I pretty much stuck to the sketch. And here I used candle wicking embroidery thread. It's like a cotton thread. Candle wicking is a type of embroidery. It was very popular. Oh my, a long time ago. I remember it might be in the 80s, maybe yeah, sometime in the 80s, I did a lot of candle wicking. I still have some of that cotton thread left over, and I really liked how it looked on here. And you saw it also on the companion layout that I showed you on the tags. And so this is the same paper line of older creative memories. This is just a leftover scrap from an Echo Park collection. And these stickers are from Creative Memories. The title here, Valentine Cutie, that comes from Simple Stories line that's much, much newer than the rest of the stuff on the page. But I like how it came out. And it is really showing a photo of Megan working on the lollipops. And this is her dad jumping in, Christopher, my brother, jumping in to help. And the journaling here says, Dad is helping me to wrap the Valentine chocolates. And so those are my layouts for day February 7th through February 14th for Follow a Sketch February. I want to thank Sandie for collecting them. She's got Scrapping Reflections is her name of her store, and her YouTube channel is Steakgoddess, and I'll put the links for that below and the links for the playlist below and any of the other videos that I had mentioned. I want to thank you all for watching, and I am so happy to have been able to get the first 14 days of February completed. And so, my friends, I hope that you have time in your creative space and that you are able to get some crafty things done. And so I will be bringing the next 7 days at next weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.